Today on Rappler. The Pentagon says a Chinese jet came dangerously close to a U.S. bomber in the South China Sea. A Sangguniang Kabataan candidate in Cebu is red-tagged through posters. Malaysia names Sultan Ibrahim its new king. 49% of Israelis support holding off a ground invasion in Gaza. The woman who accused Filipino pole vault star Obiena of doping apologizes. Taylor Swift drops her highly anticipated re-recorded album 1989 Taylor's Version. And the Beatles will release a new song with the voice of late member John Lennon developed using artificial intelligence. The United States military says a Chinese jet came dangerously close to a U.S. bomber earlier this week over the South China Sea, part of what Washington has said is increasingly risky behavior by Chinese military aircraft. The U.S. military says a Chinese J-11 jet came within 3 meters of its B-52 aircraft on Tuesday, October 24. Earlier this month, the Pentagon said Chinese military aircraft have carried out maneuvers close to U.S. aircraft nearly 200 times since 2021. China's defense ministry earlier said the Pentagon accusing its military of risky and coercive aerial intercepts was a premeditated smear on China with ulterior political motives. Relations between China and the United States have been tense, over everything from Taiwan and China's human rights record to its military activity in the South China Sea. Kabat Party List Cebu Chapter Chairperson John Lennon, a Sangguniang Kabataan candidate, is red-tagged through posters spotted in Cebu City. The text on the poster shows it was made by a group called the Cebu Coalition Against Communist Terrorists. The group also claims Enero was a recruiter of the Communist Party of the Philippines' New People's Army and alleges the KPL was a supporter of the CPP-NPA. In a statement, Enero says the possible culprits are, quote, state security forces. Meantime, motorcycle-riding gunmen shoot and seriously wound a village councilor who was running for barangay chairman in Barangay Malaya, General Luna, Quezon Province. In other news, authorities filed criminal complaints against a dozen suspects involved in the gun violence incident in Cotabato City. The shooting killed 3 men, including 2 candidates. Malaysian royal families elect Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar from Johor as the nation's next king. Malaysia has a unique system in which the heads of its 9 royal families take turns to be a monarch for a 5-year term. The king plays a largely ceremonial role in Malaysia, but the monarchy has become more influential in recent years due to prolonged political instability. Unlike other traditional Malaysian rulers, Sultan Ibrahim has been outspoken about politics and says he has a good relationship with Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Sultan Ibrahim will take over from current King Al-Sultan Abdullah on January 31, 2024. A poll by Israeli newspaper Marv reveals only 49% of Israelis want to hold off on any invasion of Gaza. This after Israel vowed to annihilate Hamas in response to its October 7 attack. Asked if the military should immediately escalate to a large-scale ground offensive, 29% of Israelis agree, while 49% say it would be better to wait, while 22% are undecided. Meantime, Malaysia threatens to take firm action if social media firms TikTok and Meta block pro-Palestinian content on its platforms. Meta denies deliberately suppressing voices on Facebook, saying its policies are designed to keep people safe while giving everyone a voice. Both Meta and TikTok designated Hamas as a dangerous organization and banned content praising the group. Pole vault star Obiena says he's ready to move forward after Anais Lavillani, wife of former Olympic champion Renaud Lavillani, apologizes for accusing him of doping. In a social media post, Obiena says, quote, "This for me closes this matter," including a signed letter of Anais. Also, a former pole vaulter, Anais, says she deeply regrets posting the doping accusation on the Facebook page of Vaulter magazine 2 weeks ago. Obiena accepts the apology after vehemently denying the accusations the past weeks, saying he already cleared 34 drug tests conducted by the World Anti-Doping Agency, including 11 this year. He even submitted himself to 2 separate lie detector tests to prove his point. Obiena says he's ready to put everything behind as he focuses on the 2024 Paris Olympics. Pop superstar Taylor Swift drops her highly anticipated 1989 Taylor's Version on Friday, October 27. The album carries some of her iconic songs such as Style, Bad Blood, and Wildest Dreams. In a post on Instagram, Taylor says, "This album is a reflection of the woods we've wandered through and all this love between us still glowing in the darkest dark." The re-recorded album also includes 5 never-before-released songs from the vault. 1989, released in 2014, was Taylor's first all-out pop album and her first step away from her country music roots. 1989, Taylor's Version is her 4th re-recorded studio album, following Speak Now, Taylor's Version, released in July 2023, Fearless, Taylor's Version, released in April 2021, and Red, Taylor's Version, released in November 2021. A new Beatles song will be released next week, featuring the voice of late member John Lennon and developed using artificial intelligence. Billed as the last Beatles song, Now and Then also features parts recorded by surviving members Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, as well as the late George Harrison. In a statement, McCartney says, quote, "In 2023, to still be working on Beatles music and about to release a new song the public haven't heard, I think it's an exciting thing." Now and Then dates back to the late 1970s when Lennon recorded a home demo in New York City, where he was murdered in 1980. The Beatles broke up in 1970 and Harrison died of cancer in 2001. Years after his death, Lennon's widow Yoko Ono handed a set of recordings, including Now and Then, to the other Beatles, who added their own parts to it. But technological limitations meant Lennon's vocals and piano could not be separated to produce the clear mix required to finish the song. The song will be released worldwide on November 2. And that's today's wrap. I'm Nina Yu. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.